Saturday, May 12th, we want you at Gresham Motorsports Park in Jefferson, Georgia for the Racing Radios 100 as the super late models invade the king of the short tracks, along with the always speedy Outlaw Lakes, the trucks, the door-banging mini-stocks and renegades. Saturday, May 12th. Go to racegmp.com for more information. The super late model Racing Radios 100. You know what to do.
Back before NASCAR hit the mainstream of motorsports coverage, there weren't many places for fans to go get a glimpse of racing history. One of the most popular stops for race fans on the road for years was in Dawsonville, Georgia, where Gordon Pirkle plastered modern headlines all over the walls of the Dawsonville Pool Room, along with photos from Georgia's racing heroes from the past as well. And as the years have passed, people have continued to visit the famed pool room, which would be a forerunner for the Georgia Racing Hall of Fame, located just down the street. This week, our own Brandon Reed stopped in the Dawsonville Pool Room to have a bully burger and to talk with Gordon Pirkle and the Garage Talk Pit Road Spotlight.
Now, Gordon, the Dawsonville Pool Room is known for two things: good food and racing. How did you get started with this place?
Well, it's kind of an accident. I'm in a corn-operated machine business, and there was two brothers had this back in the early 60s, and I had the machines in here, and they wasn't getting along or something. They was fixing to close the place down, so I went ahead and purchased it from them to keep from having to move my machines out. And one guy ran it for 10 years, pretty much on a percentage there, and that's how it got started 46-something years ago.
Now, the first thing that hits you when you walk into this place is all of the racing history. Now, the first time I came, it was from the floor to the ceiling. You've put these cases in here now, but what got you started putting all the racing photos and especially the clippings up?
Well, first off, we've had a few stuff in here from the beginning. I had Roy Hall and Lord C. and, of course, Gober Sosby and some of the local drivers around here, but it really got kicked off in '85. I started putting all this new print, which I made one row in '85 around the top, and then as we went on, and I quit in '88, I used all my wall space up on Bill Elliott's career, but I kept moving it around and still got a good bit of the old stuff up there too.
Now, how big of an impact did Bill's year in 1985, when he won 11 races, won Daytona, won the Winston Million, how big of an impact did that have on the city of Dawsonville and on you here in the pool room?
Oh, it was great, because every week there was some reporter from somewhere in town trying to find out about the hometown of Bill Elliott. It was in '85, before any national news meter. Ken Squire with CBS came in here, Michigan race, I think it was a 4 days race, and that was the first that I remember national TV covered this, and that really kicked it off. And then, of course, in '88 we had a Motorweek Illustrated put a live TV show out of here. That was the first year they covered the races, so they went down to Daytona and covered it, and they was fixing to go to Richmond, Virginia to cover that race, and it came a snow, so they postponed that race. So they called me on a Wednesday, and by Saturday it was on the air, a live TV show about Bill winning the Daytona.
Well, you built essentially your own racing museum here, and man, the people that used to come in here, I mean, you didn't have a place like this. You didn't have a lot of racing museums, so people caught word about the Dawsonville Pool Room, and everybody had to come see it.
Yeah, I got a little register right by the door, and all 50 states has signed that register, 30-something foreign countries, so they came from everywhere. You know, that was during the peak of Bill's racing career, and then the word, once it got out, they still come. But used to, you couldn't get in here on Sunday, because in those days we didn't have cable TV here, and everybody didn't have a satellite. And I had one of the big dishes. We could watch it without commercials here, and this was a hot hangout on Sundays to watch the races.
Gordon, I think it's safe to say that this is where the start was for the Georgia Racing Hall of Fame. When you look around here and you see all the things that you have here and all of the people that came here, how proud are you of the role that you played in helping to preserve the history of racing from here in Dawsonville?
I'm very, very proud of that. I was scared of the real history of Dawsonville because there wasn't much mentioned till Bill Elliott came along about the early days. Bill was the 5th driver from Dawsonville to win Daytona a total of 12 times. And there was so much. We got 4 or 5 championships come from this tiny town. There was just so much history that it seemed like the French family kind of swept it under the rug because it was all related to moonshine. But without moonshine, you wouldn't have NASCAR as we have it today. So I'm proud now they will acknowledge, and I begin to get them to know that this is the birthplace of stock car racing. Oh, they'll ask me, you don't have a racetrack here. They don't know. Back in the mid-30s, they met down here on the river bottom in a big cornfield. They had a makeshift racetrack, and that was the first stock car racing in this part of the country. And they started right after that, Bill France did in Daytona. But we didn't go to Daytona to the 40s. But in the decade of the 40s, out of the 15 races they raced on the beach, 12 out of that 15 was won by the Dawsonville boys. So I think that put it, well, even from that, Frank Christian, who lived about 15 miles up the road, he could see dollar signs how these people were showing up on Sunday evening. He went to Atlanta and rented the horse track at Lakewood Fairground. That was your first organized stock car racing. Lord C. from Dawsonville won the first one. Next Sunday, Roy Hall, and then come Goble Sosa. They pretty well dominated then. And then when they went down to Daytona in the 40s, they really dominated. It wasn't NASCAR then, but it was France was involved in it.
With all of that history, that just a stone's throw from the pool hall is the official Georgia Racing Hall of Fame.
I'm very, very proud of that. I've worked real hard. I always dreamed about having a Hall of Fame here somewhere in Dawsonville. I never dreamed it'd be a $10 million in a $10 million building, you know, but I'm proud, and we're going to make sure that thing stays from now on.
And Gordon continues to work hard to support Georgia racing. He works tirelessly to help the Georgia Racing Hall of Fame not only promote history, but today's racers as well. We'll be right back.